So it's been a hot minute since I've done a YouTube vlog update. So here we are. Let's start with the basics. I'm Tara. I'm 49 years old, and I decided to be Fit by 50, which is next April of 2022. And by that, I mean I need to be under 200 pounds for the first time in my adult life. I have 3 kids, 2 that like me, and a husband. I have 2 pugs, a cat, and I have a job that I work full time. So as most of you know by now, but maybe some of you are new here, I take a medication called saxenda, which works with the hunger hormones in your body. It regulates them so that dieting and exercising is possible. Because as you know, it could be very hard if you're hungry all the time. And when those hormones, leptin and ghrelin, cortisol, insulin resistance, when all that's out of whack, you feel hungry all the time. So if you are a regular watcher of my videos, you've come for an update. You want to know how much I've lost. Guys, I'm at 3.5 months and just about 40 pounds. Like, that's crazy, man. I feel great. My weight loss journey started September when I went low carb. My saxenda journey started in March, and that's where the almost 40 pounds in 3.5 months comes from. But my total weight loss, guys, 70 pounds or just under 70 pounds. Wow. I started wearing a size 24. I am now wearing, believe it or not, a size 16. A 16, people. A 16. I was in shock when I put them on. Like, I put on a pair of 16s. I bought them, thinking, these will be my motivation pants. No, now I need 14s. I'm going to have to go and buy me some 14s so that they could be my motivation pants. So some more updates. I went to my doctor to follow up, not my weight loss doctor, my regular doctor, because I follow up with her too. And we discussed my weight, my diet. She's excited. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video. I'm no longer on blood pressure meds. My blood pressure is excellent. For those who are skeptical, if it helps, my doctor has taken saxenda and loves it. It just works amazing. But the biggest thing is I am now at the max dose of 3.0, which is where they wanted me. Took me a little longer to get there. But on this dose, I literally have zero appetite. Never in my life did I think I'd be a person who could look at the clock at 4 o'clock and go, oh, shoot, I forgot to eat today. And believe it or not, I was envious of those people, not because I think you should skip eating, but because they didn't think about food. Their head didn't revolve around food because they weren't always feeling hungry. So I am so proud to be a member of that club now, but I do eat. So when that happens, and I usually pay attention to the clock and eat on a schedule at this point, but when that does happen because I'm busy and I look up and I'm like, oh shoot, I haven't eaten and it's 4 o'clock, I still get my calories in. I make sure. I try very hard and work very hard to eat the right foods, but to get everything in. And because I'm doing a calorie deficit, I can really eat whatever I want. And I say this all the time on my TikTok lives, but if you want to make your diet consist of purely 900 to 1,200 calories of ringdings, go for it. It's not healthy, but go for it. You'll lose weight. But as I like to say, I typically choose nutrient-dense foods, and I love them. And if you're a TikTok person like I am, you know that there's this new TikTok trend going on where you take pasta, you boil it, you mix it with some seasonings, and then you put it in the air fryer at 400 for 20 minutes, and it makes a really delicious chip. So I decided I'm going to use chickpea pasta. Protein chips. I'm going to make my own protein chips. And I'm going to cover them in ranch because that's yummy. And I'm going to get Greek yogurt and more ranch dressing powder, mix it together, and make a healthy, high-protein ranch dip, which will also be good for my vegetable dipping because ranch dressing is so fattening. But if you do it like this, you can have it unlimited. I mean, well, okay, not unlimited, but it would be really low in calories and high protein. So another update is my daughter and I, my youngest, we went to New York City for the day and we ate in a restaurant that was phenomenal. It was this French bistro kind of place called Angelina's, and I had eggs Benedict and I had the hollandaise sauce on the side and I dipped my stuff in the hollandaise sauce. So I did not forego the hollandaise sauce because maybe it's not healthy enough. I didn't. It's delicious, and it's a huge part of Eggs Benedict. It's the whole part of Eggs Benedict. So I dipped, and you know what? I left most of the hollandaise sauce there, but I still had the flavor of hollandaise sauce without all of the calories if I had just poured it on and soaked it up. The other change I made is I had the smoked salmon instead of the ham. Healthier. And I had the bread was, instead of being an English muffin, it was little like brioche rounds. And I took one bite because I wanted to taste it. It was so good that I ate one round. The other one, I just ate the egg and the salmon off of because I don't overdo bread generally. Plus, they had macaroons there, fancy French macaroons, and I was like, I'd rather have some dessert. I had a macaroon and then 3/4 of another macaroon, basically. And it was good. I did great that day. And then Mr. Softy came past the house, and I said, you know what? I'll only do it once in the season, but I'm going to have it. Well, my friends who are watching and following my journey, that's where it all went wrong. Let this serve as a warning. I'll be your cautionary tale on saxenda and what not to eat. Ice cream was not a good idea. Not because it's not nutrient dense or because it's got a lot of calories, but because it made me throw up. I went to take a shower like 10 minutes after, and it just came over me. I had to leave my shower to go throw up. It wasn't pleasant, but the next day was even worse, and I wasn't throwing up. So I think you know where I'm going with this. But it all rounds out to be a great week because I ordered some more clothes in size 16, and sure enough, it's not a fluke. I wear a size 16 now. I know I mentioned it before, but I'm mentioning it again because I'm so happy. And when I was at my last doctor's appointment, I don't have to go back now for 3 months. And I said to her, is there any chance I'll be under 200 pounds by my next appointment? She said, there's a good chance. And I was so excited. Oh, and then another bit of exciting information. So my insurance requires prior authorization for this medicine. I haven't had a problem getting it. Well, the insurance department at my doctor's office called me and said, we just want to let you know that your insurance company reached out to us and said, you no longer require prior authorization. You can just have the medicine. I've lost 15% of my body weight in 3 months. 15%, it was actually 17% of my body weight in 3 months. That's crazy. Super crazy. And I'm so excited. And I'm shouting it from the rooftops, basically, right? And I've had so many people reach out to me on Instagram and on TikTok. It's the same name, same tag if you want to look for me, and just tell me that they find me to be an inspiration and that I motivate them and all that. And I appreciate all the kind words. People are sending me fan mail and gifts and it's super nice. But I want you all to know that while some of you, not all of you, may feel that I've been an inspiration to you and that I've motivated you to do something, but you should know that you guys are my motivation and you're what inspires me. So thank you, because sharing this journey has been everything to me. Because coming here and having people to talk about it with and knowing that there are people watching to see how I do and how things go, that's really important for me, knowing that there are people waiting to hear. I don't want to let anyone down. I mean, I obviously don't want to let myself down either, but I certainly don't want to let a bunch of people who started following me and found me motivational and inspiring, I don't want to let them down. So it's really just been a blessing to have all of you. So thank you all so much. And the last thing I want to talk about is working out. I get a lot of questions about, is it necessary to work out to lose weight? But no, obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but it's not. I mean, you can lose weight without working out, as long as you're in a calorie deficit. The more you work out, the more calories you can have to be in a calorie deficit. But that being said, you should all know I hate cardio. I've done it, but I hate it, right? I just hate it. So I started going to the gym. I went back to the gym. It's an expense, but what are you going to do? You're worth it. So I went back to the gym And I'm using the weight machines, and I love it. I look forward every morning to waking up and going to the gym. Like, who's this girl? Who is she? Who is this person, right? Because I'm sure you're thinking the same thing. Ugh, I hate the gym. I'll never be the person who wakes up excited to go to the gym. Well, if you don't like cardio and you want to be that person, give weightlifting a try. I use the machines. I don't do a whole lot of free weights, but I use the machines. I'm already, in like the week and a half or 2 weeks I'm doing this, I'm already seeing lines of definition down my legs, on my arms. It has been unbelievable. So when I tell you, give it a shot, I'm serious. Give it a shot. If you can't stand the cardio, try the weight machines. And if you could do me a favor, if that works for you and you try it and you love it, send me a message. Let me know. I want to know. And also, I'll let you know this too. I know everyone thinks of cardio as burning a lot of calories. Weightlifting burns like twice as many calories, and it's fat burning. It burns actual fat, and you build muscle. So seriously, try it. But regardless, my new motto is sweat every day. With that, I'll see you next time.